welcome to my Adobe Photoshop CS3 extended tutorial. I've recently been asked how to add text to a project and some layer styles and stuff you can do with it. If you want to start, click on the T over here and select a place. And we'll type in a red solution here. Now, it's obviously way too small, so you can either up the points by doing this. I'm using the scroll wheel, but you can click here and go up, or you could type in a value such as this. Okay, and select the check mark. Now we can go into the select tool, and we can move this around. Now see how it's too big? What we can do is we could condense it, but this will warp the font size. So if you hold shift, the shift button, and then click and drag, it will keep everything linked, so it won't be distorted in any way. So now we want to add some styles to it, right? Let's zoom in first of all to get a better look at it. Hold the Alt button and then use the scroll wheel, or you can come over here, you can use this, where it's also down here too. You can type in a value, then use this and drag up. Now we have it in full view. Right click on the layer, go to blending options. Now we could add things such as drop shadows to it, inner shadows, which make the thing darker. It would be easier to see if we added a color overlay to it. So you can see it adds shadows inside the text. You can add a glow to the outer edge. We can adjust the color by clicking here on any of the items. So say we wanted to have a pink outer glow or a blue outer glow, then you could adjust the spread and size of this. I'm going to make it bigger. Of course, it goes in front of the drop shadow then, and you can even edit the drop shadow color that way. And for the drop shadow, you can add it at the angle, so you could have it going up, you could have it going this stalk way, just down and to the right. The inner glows is the same thing as the outer glow, just obviously for the inner. I don't recommend using it, but you can if you want. Right there I made it black, so it comes up a little bit darker. You can bevel. Beveling is very nice. You can do an inner bevel, something like that. There are outer bevels, emboss, pillow emboss, which I like for some instances. Stroke emboss. And then you can always edit the depth. Not in this one, but in like an inner bevel. You always adjust the depth, the size, which doesn't do much. You can soften it up. And then down here you can edit the opacity and things of that nature for it. And then there's contour and texture. You can fool around with that if you want. Satin. You're not going to want to do much with satin. I don't really see what it does. It looks like it darkens it up a little bit. You can mess around with that if you would like. But to me it just makes the project look dirty. Color overlay. It just basically sets the color. Like before we had it set at like black, but you can make it, pink or red, any of these colors here. Yellow, if we wanted it. Let's make it like a dark red. Gradient, same thing as color, but just with a gradient. So we can make it go different colors. Here's a green and red. See, sunset sort of type deal. And then you can edit with that, and you can play with the angles, things of that nature. Like there, it's going to the right. Scale it. That's pretty cool. Or you could set a pattern too. Like instead of having either one of those, you could have a pattern. So if you look inside, you can kind of see that it's changing it up. Like for an instance, if we clicked on any of these, you can see the inside. It kind of looks like glass breaking. So we'll use that one. But then, of course, that color overlay for the power edge is going to go away because it has its own color style. Let's just kind of override it. I think some of them are compatible. Stroke, well there you go, it just makes like an outer border to it. Huh. You can make it very small. You can make it very big. I think that's how Gamerella does their logo, something like that. But there you have it. You can move this around. Of course, remember, go like this. And you can rotate it by going up here. don't forget to click up here at the checkmark. If you don't do that, it won't save your work, and it will just revert. But if you try to click on another item, it'll usually ask you. So yeah, and over here you can edit with visibility. If you click this, everything goes away. But if you click on the certain ones, you can see what they would look like without the certain like outer glows, what it would look like without the stroke, the bevels. You know, you can play with that, play around with that for a little while too. So yeah, this is a really good program to use. I also use Adobe Photoshop Elements because it has WoW Neon and things like that. Well, there you go. Hope this taught you something. If you need your own customized tutorials, contact me in my email. Oh, this font sucks. secret3@gmail.com. Just ask me or go on the Power Edge Solution forums and make a request, and I'll give you your own customized tutorial. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cripper out.